MJ fan. This is Phonchrist, and you are listening to the Moonwalker chat podcast. And this is the place to be if you're a real Michael Jackson fan.
What's going on, guys? It's Just Mr. P, Daryl Wood of the Just Mr. P YouTube channel and one half of the Moonwalkers chat podcast with Dove Angel D. This is episode 5, and episode 5 is all about March 5th, 2009. And March 5th, 2009 consists of, you know what? The This Is It announcement at the O2 Arena. So we're going to be talking about all of that stuff today, and our special guest today is Phonchrist. Well, let's say hello, start off and greet everybody. Hey, everybody who's tuning in.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for...
Hello.
Dove, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Everybody's here.
I'm like, where are you? So,
I'm here.
So today we have Phonchrist with us, and he was one of the fans that was there for the March 5th, 2009 announcement. And there was thousands of fans there, but when we actually researched to see who was there and what's out there to see what was going on behind the scenes from the fans, there's no one out there but him, it seems. Out of all the fans that was there, he's one of the few that did put out information regarding the March 5th announcement. So he's here today to actually talk with us about that.
Now, I'm ready, man.
Let's go.
What do you guys want to know? I'm here, man. I'm happy, first of all, to be one of your first guests for your podcast. So I'm very, very honored for that. And because you guys are Michael Jackson fans as well, I am Michael Jackson fan. So it's gonna be easier for us just to share those moments,
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. Got it.
Well, thank you for sharing those moments with us that you're about to share.
Yeah. So let's get it.
All right. Now, that day that you were there on March 5th, 2009, I had watched your video that you had posted to YouTube, and it said that you were there for 9 hours before Michael's arrival. It really took that long before he arrived?
Yo, man. Yeah. Exactly. It took a lot. Let me just take you through the journey, man. Because I actually was at home, and a friend of mine called me from France, I believe. And he told me, look, Michael Jackson is coming to London. I was like, whoa, Michael Jackson is coming to London. Are you serious? London? He's coming to London. I used to live about an hour from London, right? And I was like, man, I was going to college that time. I have exam the same day Michael Jackson was coming. And I said to myself, look, I have exam, I have MJ coming. This is the guy I've been I don't know, I love this guy so much. He's everything. He's coming here and I have exam tomorrow. I said, you know what? I don't care. I'm just going to go. I might have another chance for exam. But Michael Jackson is you can only see him one time in a lifetime. I made a good choice, and I make my way to London. When I come there, man, actually, I've been waiting for him for 9 hours, because when I first arrived, there was people already, there was fans, people hanging out, and we actually waited for him for 9 hours. Yeah, 9 hours, 9 hours.
Wow.
It's crazy. Yeah, it was. When I arrived, there was a lot of fans. I remember one guy. I have him on Facebook as well. I'll give you guys his details. He's one of those guys. He spent a lot of time with Michael Jackson. If you watch my video, you're gonna see at the start. There's one guy showing pictures to fans.
Yeah.
He was showing Michael Jackson pictures. Yeah. This guy is very.
I did see that.
He's a very good guy, and he loved MJ. Been following Michael Jackson everywhere, and he was showing us this is MJ. But the funny thing is, it's not like today. Today fans, after when Michael Jackson passed away, we all see each other. When there's a Michael Jackson event, fans come together, we talk, and then, we kind of do things together. But that time, it was as an MJ fan, you were just okay, I love Michael Jackson, but I'm just, I live in New York, I live in London, whatever, but you never really have a chance to meet the fans. So that was actually the first thing to see that. So you can see people just looking at the phone, right? And people just crying and screaming. I was like, what the hell is this, man? I never seen this before. That's how crazy it was. Just why are people crying? Why? I don't understand. Just a picture, man. So we stayed there I stayed there for 9 hours. 9 hours, man. 9 hours. It was crazy.
Time.
And then, I'll leave it to you guys to ask me if you want. I know so much about it. I can't take you to the journey, but I'll let you guys, guide me. It's going to be much better.
And that was going to be my next question about how did you actually hear about the announcement, but you had said that your roommate had told you. That was a good decision you made, though, even though you did skip class. Even though you skipped class, it was worth it. It was worth it.
The funny thing is, I did say to my teacher, you know what, I'm not feeling well, whatever. And the day after, when I went back to school, I told him, like, you know, this is what I like you guys, man. You know what I was seeing yesterday? I was with Michael Jackson. They was like, man, this is crazy. I was just proud to say that, like, no, I missed my exam because of MJ. And I was so happy. And when I got there was so many people, and I was just standing there, and then other people was going back to the store to buy a drink because they was tired. I said to myself, I don't want to move, because if I move, somebody else going to take the place. So I was just there. And the funny thing is, people was coming. You have like a lot of kids as well. People was coming from school. They was going straight there. So when you see the video, you're gonna see like there was like a lot of students as well with the uniform. People coming from college, and it was just crazy because many people didn't know that he actually was coming. So it was kind of, you know, people just knew at the last minute.
Oh, wow.
So it was kind of like a surprise.
People knew only at the last minute. Yes, it was a surprise. The only fans that know, like, you know, those fans that always follow everything, like follow MJ, everything, trying to know everything. Those fans knew. And yeah, because the majority of people was there, most of them, they wasn't even fans. They were just like, you know, public. They was, oh shit, MJ's here. And then when they heard that, the fact he came late, it made a lot of fans know about it as well. Because if he did come on time, a lot of fans was not going to be there because people found out after. And that's why you see a lot of people traveling. So I did wait for 9 hours, like 9 hours standing there. No food, nothing, no water. I was just there.
Wow. That's heavy,
wow,
man.
That's being a fan, though. Yeah.
Yeah. I was nervous, man. I was excited. I was like, man, I have my camera with me. I remember I was standing next to one girl, and she told me, like, you know what? She was short. She told me, I even have a picture with her. She's like, yo, when Michael Jackson here, you know, make sure you lift me up. I'm like, yo, Dara, man, I'm gentle. I'm gentle. I'm gonna lift you up. You can see him. You know, but when he came, that was another story. I'm like, leave me alone, man. Don't touch me.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
So the journey that you took us on through your video, I seen you walking around. And I saw this like large photo, or was it like a electronic moving photo or a moving screen or something that said "This is it, O2 and Reno" on it?
Yeah, so that's the thing. I don't know if you guys been to London before. And the O2 Arena is like is one of the big like people do a lot of spectacle like a show there. So when it's like Madison Square Garden, American. So I was just walking in. When I leave the train station, there was like a big like picture of Michael Jackson there, like the advertise, like billboard, and they threw like "This is it," and that was the first thing that you actually do. But it was so bizarre because MJ haven't been on stage for so many years, so just having Michael Jackson there, that was shocking. Right. And when I see them, and I was just happy, man. I can't describe, like, it was just crazy. And I was happy. I'll say to you guys, I was happy, I was nervous, and I was scared.
Scared for what?
To break the magic.
Right.
The magic. You want something like you today, when something is so beautiful and so unreal, you don't want to face it when the time comes to face. It's like kids want to see Santa. You don't want to see Santa because Santa is always in your mind, Right. And that's how I felt like, man, this is scary. I'm actually really gonna see MJ. Like, damn, I don't know if I'm ready. I don't know if it's a good thing. I don't know if I'll be happy for that. And that's why I was scared. I was very scared. Yeah.
So
yeah. I don't want to break everything because if you guys have a question, I want to answer before you guys ask me anything.
No, it's okay. No, so while waiting there in that crowd, I have to ask this question, and you may feel that it's silly, but if you've watched some of Michael Jackson's old performances where his fans would be going wild and passing out all over the place, was there any fans passed out on the floor, carried out?
I think there was no fans carry. I think there was one actually. I think just fans. I don't know what happened, but the reason why there was nothing that was because he didn't spend that much time, right? And he didn't spend that much time. That's the reason why nobody actually passed out. But myself, I didn't pass out, but there was a movie playing there, if Michael Jackson was like dancing, I swear to God, I was gonna be gone for real, because that was gonna be too much. Because man, like, because before Michael Jackson come, one of the guys says, you know what, little gentleman like Michael Jackson, the king of pop, is gonna come soon. And what they did, they put like a video. I even had it on my YouTube video. They put like a Michael Jackson video on the screen, you know, all this space time on stage, everything. Just having that picture there in front of you drove me crazy. I just went crazy. I was oh my God, this is too much. I was screaming, Michael, you just wanted to scream. Oh my God, you were just crazy.
I could see the look on your face in the video. You just looked like you was really into it, like, MJ, oh my God, this is it.
I wanted to record it, and I wanted to be there at the same time. The reason I wanted to record it, I wanted people to believe like I was there, you know what I mean? And then I was like, when I was recording, I was like, no, I'm recording, I need to record my face as well to make sure I'm there, like, you know, because people won't believe it's actually me being there. I'm kind of selfish from my video. I was like, MJ. I mean, whoa, man. It was just like, wow. And then, okay, let me explain you a step by step, you know, what happened actually when I come close.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I stand there for like 9 hours. There was a lot of people, and then the security guy come to me. He's like, yo, you've been here for a lot of hours. You know what? We're about to start soon. So can you just move in the front? I'm like, what do you mean? Like, he's like, can you just, come close to the stage? I'm like, hang on a minute. You are telling me to come like close to the stage, and Michael Jackson's about to come out, and I'm about to
oh my God,
face to face. And the guy was like, are you all right? I was like, I'm good. He's like, show me your hands. Like, stand up, one leg. So I was like, I tried.
Oh wow.
I'm good. I'm drunk. He's like, are you sure you're fine? Because if you're not right, I'm not gonna let you go. I'm like, I'm good. Damn, man, I just passed. I went there, and that time I didn't have no poster or no T-shirt. I only have like, I remember that time I bought like the Ebony magazine, like MJ,
Yeah.
And I ripped one page just, to have it wave around and anything. I just passed there. I was standing there. I was like, oh my God, he's about to come here. And I said to the guy, we here? This is crazy. And we went there because I spent 9 hours there. And when I looked back, there was a lot of people, man. The room was full. Like, there was too many people. Like, it was just packed. I was like, man, this is crazy. And I don't know if I have to go there. You want me guys to explain you guys when you come out? Or you want me to wait?
Wow, but you did get your reward because you got, front row, a view of a front row. That is not very, very often.
Yes, that was very special. And the good thing about Michael Jackson as well, you know what he said? He said to the media to actually be in the back.
Yeah.
So because before Michael Jackson came, he was actually, the media, they was actually on the front row to actually, record everything.
Right.
And they actually, what happened, and he sent a message to somebody to tell them to be in the back and to let the fan actually be close to him. And that's the reason why when you see the video, my video, and the video that you see, the official video, is not like the vibe is not the same.
It's different.
Because they were so far. The only thing they had, it was just MJ speaking. They didn't like capture, the vibe and people being happy. Because when you see the official video, it looks dry. There's no energy there because they were so far away from the fan. They was like really far. They were around us. And that's what actually Michael Jackson wanted. He wanted the fans to be actually prioritized. So that was very nice for him. And we were just standing there waiting. I was like, man, what time is going to come? But people would say, oh, he might not come, he might not come. And I saw Tommy actually walking around. I think it was him. Yeah.
Oh, God.
Just walking around. Yo, this guy, man. And I did recognize him. And that's the time when I knew, like, oh, man, this guy is coming.
Then things are getting real.
Great. The girl is like, yo, make sure you hit me. I'm like, all right, baby, I got you. I was just standing there. As soon as he walked in, oh, God. He was, I don't know what to say, man. I don't know. I couldn't believe it.
So what was your reaction? What was the energy like?
The energy was dangerous.
Wow.
Yeah, he was not good, man. It's not a good energy. Like I was scared. The energy was too much. When it's like when you're crying or I don't know, you're crying or when you're sick, you keep getting sick, but you cannot stop, and you throw away everything, and then you feel like you're about to throw away your heart. You know that feeling, right? Like you just can't. I was screaming so bad. I lost my voice, and I started saying, "Can you dance, please? Can you dance? I love you." I was like, I screamed like a bitch, I just like push her back. I was like, just leave me alone, And my Jason just walked in. He was just there. I was shocked because I saw he was tall actually. I didn't know he was that tall. He looks tall, and God, I don't know what to say, but it was just, the energy was too much. People were screaming, and you couldn't hear anything at all. People were just like, Michael. And then, as soon as he come close and he starts saying, this is it. I was like, oh my God. And they have to tell us to shut up because it was just too much. You couldn't talk,
I heard you fans were the ones that got him to actually say this is it, though, because I heard you guys in the background shouting, this is it, and then he walks up front and then does the fist pump.
Yes, and people, I think the media didn't take that part too much, and then he was like, this is it. We was like, this is it. And then he actually pulled in his hand and he tried, to punch the floor and everything. That was so fun. I was like, man, this is crazy. But the thing is, what surprised me the most is MJ, we saw him on BDG in black and white, everything. But seeing the guy that you see on TV in front of you, it's just different, It's nothing to do with the guy that we see on the video. Because before he came on stage, that's why the guy who had a picture with Michael Jackson told me, he's like, yo, if you see MJ, forget about everything that you see in the video. He's somebody else.
Oh.
And I agree as well. Because when he was on stage there, when I saw it, I was like, damn. You cannot describe, you cannot compare him to another person, or another human being. You cannot say, oh, he look like this guy, or he just MJ.
Right.
You see? Yeah, that's why he's just like a special human being. He's like, I never see anybody like that. I don't know why. He's like, he comes from another world, that's how I felt. And I was speechless. I was, man, I lost my words. But that day, if I didn't record it, I don't think I was going to remember everything. Because I have to watch and rewatch the video to remember everything, the things that happened that day. Yeah.
That was a major experience.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it was. The thing is, it's Michael Jackson when you feel the energy. Because the energy that happened in that room that day, I never ever felt it before. And I understand why when people go to do his concert, why people actually pass out. It makes sense because that day, if he was there for another extra 10 minutes, or if he was ever just dancing, I couldn't stay there. I was gonna lose my mind, I couldn't cope with that. It was gonna be too much. That was way too much energy to handle. When there's too much energy, you just have to pass out. It makes you feel better. I can't take it no more. Just take me. You just, especially you. You guys are crazy.
See, now you understand us fangirls. How we get crazy.
I saw a grown man crying, being crazy and everything. That time there's no girl that everybody just the same. Guys as well. I was one of the guys screaming loud.
I would have fanned out and so passed out. I would have been one of those fans to fall out on the floor. I couldn't handle the energy, just knowing it.
There was one guy. Yeah, there was one of them. He was crying. Actually, he was crying and crying. The guy. I remember that guy. He was just there. Even when Mark Jackson went, he was still crying. There, he was on the floor crying. I was like, man, I don't understand this. This is so weird, So yeah, and then when he came, he started talking. The first thing was his voice. His voice was different actually. It wasn't the proper MJ voice. He really sounded like a man, And as soon as he starts talking, and now I start seeing a lot of things, body language, and a lot of things was being weird and different, And that's the kind of thing I wanted to talk to a lot, to fans as well. Because when he was standing there, his message for people who was there, it come across more as, I had enough, I'll give you guys what you want and just leave me alone. It was more like a goodbye, like I had enough, I'm fed up. And the other thing as well, I've noticed, he wasn't too confident. I think he didn't know, like he was still in touch with people and people were still loving him, actually. I don't think he knew, like, after everything that happened in his life, he was still loved by people, especially outside, America or whatever. That's what I felt. He wasn't too confident. He was kind of scared of the crowd, And I think that's the reason why he haven't made it official. Like, he haven't make it like a big thing, that conference. So that's what I felt. But by the time going, he started building his confidence. That's why he knew, like, I'm still the man. I'm still loved. And he got more excited. He started saying, I love you, I love you, I love you. But at the start, he was very, very nervous. And you can see that he was somebody who's saying things just so, to have it off his chest, because he kind of had enough. He just, I would do it for you guys, man. You guys just too much for me. I would do it, and then make sure you just leave me alone. This is the last time for you to see me. Make sure you come, because you're not gonna see this again. That's how he sounded like to me.
Right.
I was very, I was kind of sad. It was a goodbye, actually. It wasn't a comeback at all. It wasn't a comeback. It was a goodbye.
I can hear it all in his voice, and you can see it all in his face.
Yeah, he was a comeback now. When is the comeback? The artist gonna come and say, I'm back. That's what we're gonna do. He wasn't excited. He was more like, okay, we're gonna do this. You get what you want, and then just leave me alone. That's it. That's how it looks like.
I have a question before you go on with your story, and sorry to interrupt. How did it feel when he said "I love you"? Did he sound like he was talking to you directly, like you forgot the whole world behind you?
Yeah, when he was saying "I love you," everybody took it really personal.
Right.
In TMJ, we all were saying the same thing. Everybody just like, I love you. I was saying the same thing. I love you, man. When you say I love you,
man.
I love you very much, you have to know that from the bottom of my heart. When you say that, man, like, you were saying that, but when he was saying those things, he was calm, but we weren't calm. We were crazy. People was on the floor, people was screaming, people were just like, we actually wanted him to dance. That's the reason why he started. He was trying to, when he was doing that move, trying to punch something, that's when fans was actually asking him to dance, to do something. We really wanted him to actually do something, but he just didn't want to do anything. He was just like,
oh, so that actually
answers a lot.
Yeah,
we took it personal, and the reason why he never wear the glasses as well, because I feel like you don't wanna face the public. There's a lot of, he's confident but he's shy at the same time. You can see that he's like somebody they really just put out there, ask him to do things, and that's how I felt. Maybe it's powerful, but like a lot of things happening around him, his head is controlling everything. Yeah. So that's how it was.
Wow. So that moment when he actually started doing I guess we would call it the air punches, when he's like started doing the air punch or the fist pump, that was because fans were asking him to dance, and not because he was doing something strange, I'm guessing. Because a lot of fans, a lot of the fans were saying that was weird for him to do, and they didn't know as to why he was fist pumping. So it's because you guys actually had asked him to dance, and he decided to do something different other than dance.
Yes, because that time, that was the time when he got excited, because when he first came, he was very shy. He was like, I love you, things like that, and then when he realized how much he was loved, how much love he was having back, when he dance, Michael Jackson, please dance, he was screaming, everybody was so excited, and he had to do something because there was no music, he was not gonna do the show or anything. It just and he started doing that. People was clapping, we were just excited, that's why he started doing that. Yeah, he did it because he was just like his way actually to just just give something back to us. That's how we felt, So it was crazy.
That also shows that how much editing they did to that quote-unquote live video, because the Sky News video that they put out was aired as a live thing, but we never heard you guys telling him to dance. So they cut some things out that you guys actually were saying to Michael.
Yes, because the video on Sky News, you can't. The video on Sky News, it doesn't look like Michael Jackson talking to people. Because come on, this is like an MJ, like biggest. He's talking to, you're having a conference. He's talking to fans, and there was nobody screaming anything. It was so quiet. The Sky News video. It was so quiet. It's because I said to you, there was way in the back. Like there was. I'll show you one of the pictures as well. They were very like the media. There was in the back in the corner. They couldn't even come close to him. That's how it was. So they couldn't capture the whole thing as well. And because of all the politics around as well, of course, they didn't want to show people like Michael Jackson was still, loved by people as well. That's why that video I actually put it out there. I made another video just to explain to people, how things was really, and people was happy. And Michael Jackson at the start, he wasn't confident enough. He was a little bit shy and scared. I could feel like he was scared. Scared of the public. He didn't know how people could react, to him if he was still loved or anything. So, yeah.
I can so see that.
And when he starts talking as well. When he starts saying "I love you" and everything, and when he started talking about the show, it got serious because he really wanted us to get it. Like, you guys need to understand. Like when he said, "This is it. This is really it." He didn't just say like. Just like that, he really meant what he was saying. Like, this is it. This is really, really it. I see in July, because he wanted to make sure people know, like, this is the last time, and then this is the last show, and after this, I'm gone. So,
and that's exactly what happened. Oh my God.
That's what happened.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened, man.
Yeah.
Trust me, when I was there, MJ was still alive. When I was there, I was kind of sad at the end because I felt like this was the goodbye. It was at work. Like for people who was there, we didn't have that feeling of coming back. Not like come back. That was a goodbye.
Yeah.
That's why it was. Yeah. Hello.
Yeah, I'm here.
We're here.
Daryl, do you have any more questions from the people who have inboxed you, or do we?
I actually do have a question. Let me go to some of the questions that we've gotten from some of the fans that know about you. And I had no idea how important you were to fans, because while researching before we actually decided to do this podcast with you, there's Facebook groups, not just the one that you have, but I mean other Facebook groups dedicated to your video footage and also what you've done regarding Michael Jackson's legacy as well. So I'm like, wow. I was like, this guy is a major deal when it comes to Michael Jackson and his legacy. Not only that, but just Michael Jackson in general.
Yeah, I did like, it's a good thing that you actually Google it yourself, like when Michael Jackson, even because Michael Jackson passed away, I used to do a lot of video. But when Michael Jackson passed away, first of all, I did the O2 video. That was, even the video, the O2, that wasn't really the big thing that I've done. I've done like, if you check my YouTube channel, I've done a lot of video. My goal was for people to understand who Michael Jackson was as a person, as an artist, as a father, and as a black man, as everything. I wanted to break down every single part of his life and put it as a video so people can get it properly. So I made a lot of video about vitiligo, about false accusation, about Neverland, about his father, him as a father. There's one video, I don't know if you guys watched it before. The name is Michael Jackson Black Man Dream.
Yeah.
You need to watch it. Yeah, it's one of the video I've made. It was very...
I'm still gonna watch that.
Video was so good. And what do you call this guy? Majestic, the one, he died actually, he was one of the Joe Jackson's friend. He actually asked Joe Jackson to watch the video. And he did send me in the message. I remember that time it was during the Conor Murray trial, So I actually have a message from Joe Jackson via this guy. I was really pleased because I really wanted him to watch it. So I've done a few things. So many things, I've done like rally in London, for people to protest against Conor Murray. I did organize a lot of things, dancing on the street, and just, it's so many, So,
oh, that's amazing.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
You fit right up our alley, Mr. Phonchrist. You really fit in.
What did you say?
I said you really fit in right in our alley. You know, we have been doing a lot of stuff too for MJ and his legacy. Especially Daryl has been busy for 10 years and over.
Yeah.
And it's not only, discussing the hoax or whatever it's surrounding the hoax, you know, it's all MJ related. And it's really nice to hear from someone that was, you know, really there and experienced it himself. And you actually got to meet Michael, right?
Yeah. I mean,
all right, well. Mm-hmm.
No. I never actually meet Michael Jackson. Like, that photo wasn't a real photo, picture.
Oh.
No, because I did tell. Yeah, you remember, right?
Yeah.
No, I didn't.
The fan made photo.
Michael Jackson, like, yeah, that photo was actually made up. That's the reason why. When I saw that picture, I was like, man, you need to remove it before people go crazy, because I know how Michael Jackson fans go crazy.
No, but that photo was just used for advertising for the podcast. It was a...
yeah. No, I wanted to make sure, because I know you use it to advertise, but I know how people feel sometimes. People are jealous. Like, nah, you have to Michael Jackson. That photo is not real.
And then everyone wants to do their research and say, you weren't with him. You weren't with him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't want to smoke, man. Yo, but you MJ fan, you can't win, You can't win. So... yeah, I actually did a lot of things, and one of the greatest things I ever done, it was like, I think it was on Christmas time on Facebook, I asked people to send me the address, and I sent I think about 100 plus Christmas cards to people, just allowed to make them feel good. It was really nice.
Oh, that's really amazing.
And I used to fight against Sony, Justice for Michael Jackson, and I've done a lot of video about it. And I came to the point I was even scared for my own life. I was like, man, I need to slow down a little bit.
Wow.
And that's the time where I actually, and then Believer, I used to be against Believer. Well, people that believe Michael Jackson was still alive. I was like, man, I used to be hardcore, like, go after you guys. Well, I don't know.
I can understand that. I've seen it.
I was going crazy. And then I met one of my friends. Her name is Catherine Dutch. She's a French girl. And then, and then she was one of the, and then at the time she was one of the crazy ones. And then when I knew her, she was actually a great person. And we had a lot of conversation, and things started to change a little bit in my mind. Yeah.
It is all good, though, because I know how it is when it comes to being an MJ fan. I've experienced that while researching both his legacy, but mainly the quote-unquote death hoax. And I've gotten, trust me, I've gotten people after me making videos about me. And Dove Angel knows about it. She was there. She's been there for it all.
Unfortunately.
They don't play,
At all.
If you try to do something wrong, they're going to be there all over you, That's why sometimes when I do things, I don't even put my face there. I was like, man. So,
crazy,
if I go back to the two things, right? To the O2 Arena things. It was, I don't know if you guys spoke to anybody else, but it was, that was the feeling, actually. That was more like a goodbye feeling, more than just like the comeback. And Michael Jackson left the stage, just like, we were just happy. And then we spent about, I think it was about 5 minutes, no more than 5 minutes. It was very short. They felt like 2 hours,
Yeah.
It felt so long, like, I just, and I have to watch the video again, my camera, to make sure, like, I knew exactly what was going on, because I didn't know what the hell he was talking about. I have no idea about it. I have to watch it, because you forgot everything, like somebody just took everything out of your memory.
Yeah. Do you know, by the way, why it was so short?
Oh, well, he was, I think he was short because he was scared. He was kind of worried, and he wasn't like, I think he was kind of forced to do that as well. That's what I felt. It wasn't something like he really wanted to do. It was more like, let me just do it and just go.
I knew.
And he didn't expect. It's not like he didn't love his fans. He loved us, but the only thing is he didn't have information that he was really still loved by people because of all the crazy things that happened. He wasn't too confident about how people were gonna receive him, because MJ before, people used to be always around him, but he didn't want to have that negative.
Right.
Like, yeah. And then the media was going to talk about it. That's why I think he was kind of scared, and he was very, very short. And his message was direct. You know, it was just like, you know, he was saying like, I'll be performing the song my fans want to hear. This is it. When I say this is it, I mean this is it. This is see you in July. That was that was beautiful.
Those words are powerful, though.
Yeah. I think he really wanted to give something to us. He didn't want to go just like that. He wanted to leave something, but he wanted us to get it. This is the last time for you guys. This is what I have to give back to you guys after all those years, and then I'm gone. They sound more like somebody who knows a lot, you know. It was just, it was a lot of pressure as well. We found out after, you know.
When he said this is it, he really meant this is it.
He really meant it, yeah.
When I say this is it, I mean this is it. This is it. This is really it. And he actually said this is really it. He didn't say that just for fun. He wanted us to get it. Like, you have to get it. Like, you have to come if you want to see him, because you're not gonna have another chance. And it was crazy. And the day after, when the ticket went online, I bought like 2. I wanted to see him twice, and it was crazy. I was excited. I was waiting to see him. And after all this thing happened, you know, it was a sad thing, man. And I went back there at the O2. I made a video. I don't know if you guys watched that video. I made a video. I was just explaining to people where Michael Jackson was and when he come out, where he was working, you know. I did like 5 years after I saw him. I made a video about it just for fans to actually understand the place, how things looks like, and where Michael Jackson was and where the media was. And I don't know if you guys saw that video.
I got to actually watch it today. Actually, I did see it today.
Exactly.
Oh, you watched it today?
Yeah, you had someone filming you while you were walking.
Yes, that's the video, yeah.
And it was just like reliving it all over again, because you was showing the ins and outs of around the O2 arena in that video, and I was like, wow. And I was like, to believe that he was really just there 11 years ago, and here it is now. The 11th year just has passed. March 5th, 2020 made the 11th year, so it's like, wow, it's been 11 years since you actually was there at the O2 arena.
Crazy. And I still feel like it was yesterday. I don't feel like it was 11 years. Just that's probably one of the most beautiful days in my life. I'm never gonna forget that, you know. It's like, MJ is just changed a lot of things to me, you know, the person I am and everything. I think it's for you guys as well.
He really has changed a lot for me. But if you don't mind me asking, though, how old were you at the time of your visit to the O2 arena back in 2009?
Oh, man, I think I was. Because I'm...
If you don't mind answering, if you don't want to tell your age, that's totally fine, Phonchrist.
I'm not trying to break it down. Like on crack, so don't be shocked. Yeah, damn. I think I was 22. No, I ain't gonna. No, I was younger than that. I was 21, I believe. 21, 22, I believe. Yeah.
Okay, so we're all in the same age group here, so don't feel old.
It was like,
we're all people in our 30s, it sounds like.
30, strongly 30. You know?
Oh, yeah.
So, I was 22. Yes, 22. Yeah, I was 22. But the thing is, I've been Michael Jackson fan since. I know it's one of the question, but I've been Michael Jackson fan since I was born. Like my mother used to be a big Michael Jackson fan.
Wow.
Like every Sunday, she's doing cleaning the house. We have Billie Jean Up the Road in the background, and until I turned about 15, the only artist I was listening to was Michael Jackson. I'd say there was nobody else. I didn't know nothing about music. My friend knew about hip hop and rap and everything. Music was just MJ. That's it. I didn't know nothing else.
That's how I am now.
So that's how bad it was.
Oh, man. I have everybody else on my phone. I mean, I have all the greats. And most of the artists I like are all gone. Like Aaliyah, Whitney Houston, Tupac, Left Eye from TLC. They're all not here anymore, all the great musicians.
Yeah, except Michael Jackson. I think if there's another artist, the closest one to Michael Jackson I used to really love was James Brown. James Brown for me was just like, oh my God. When I was younger, I thought James Brown was Santa. I don't know why. For me, it was like Black Santa. I used to love James Brown.
Those dance moves, though, that James Brown would do. Oh, man.
Yes, but if you love my MJ, you have to love James Brown.
You have to.
That's true.
Yeah. I wish I had a chance to see him.
There was something else I wanted to ask you, Phonchrist. I don't mean to cut you off.
Yeah, go on.
But that day you you said Tome was there, right?
Yes, he was there.
Did he show his big balding head? I don't mean to be disrespectful, but did he show his big balding head like
he deserved it, man. He deserved it. All right. He deserved it, man. Well, I talk a lot of shit about this guy, so it's fine. You know what you say nice now.
Trust me, I do
yes,
too.
He was there. Yeah, I'm like, you know, we're in the same team. So yeah, he was actually there. He was, but he was always in the back, you know, in the corner, trying to check things out. You know, he's like one of those guys just trying to prepare everything to make sure everything is right. You know, he was just there trying to control everything. Even when Michael Jackson was walking, he was the one grabbing him, showing him where to go and everything. So he was there.
Oh man.
Yeah.
So he was standing on the side of the stage, or was he standing somewhere on the side of the crowd near you guys?
No, he wasn't near us. He was more like near the stage and the curtain. He was actually behind the curtain on the side. You know.
Oh, that was who Michael Jackson was talking to. Maybe
behind the curtain because he kept turning around.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
He was on the side actually. You know. He was actually watching everything that he was doing and everything. So,
wow.
He was just right there. You couldn't see him really. He was just in the corner, you know. It was like a bodyguard. You know, you couldn't see everything. Michael Jackson bodyguard, you couldn't see them. But Tommy definitely could see him.
Wow, he was actually like a bulldog.
Exactly. That's probably why Michael didn't feel, you know, comfortable being there, because Tommy was on his back.
Watching.
Yes, because there's a lot of version because of what happened and everything when we, you know, after the research and everything. I don't know what version you guys have. A lot of people say Michael Jackson was kind of drunk that day, and 10 people they say he wasn't himself and he'd be forced to go. He didn't want to, you know, go there. But I don't know the real version. But what I know is, he definitely was kind of pushed. You know, like he wasn't really confident to be there that day. But after, when you see his fans, he always change. You know, he got excited when he see us, start smiling and saying "I love you" and everything. But at the start, he wasn't there.
Right.
You know. Yeah.
Wow.
I think that's why he had more confidence after the end, and then going out to London, go to the cinema, everything. I think that's when he really was really, you know, he was still loved by people. That's why, you know, I think I remember after This Is It, a conference, MJ started showing himself a little bit more. Even when he went back to America, he was actually shopping with that French guy, I think Christian, something. And yeah, he used to do a lot of things. So I believe.
Wow.
Because I spoke to one of the, you know, Michael Jackson's spiritual advisor.
Yeah.
June Gatlin.
Reverend Juliet. Yeah, she's because I made one video about her as well.
Yes.
I don't know if you guys watched it before. Yeah,
no,
I made it. And
I didn't get to see that one.
The video have so much views. Yeah, the video have so much views. And then her team actually wrote me like a big email, like, "Who are you?" Like, you know, I was scared. I was like, "Damn," you know.
Wow.
And then she contacted me, and then and I explained what I was gonna delay. She's like, "No, I love it. Just leave it there." And then when you see, and I spoke to her a little bit. So when you see what happened to Michael Jackson, there was a video of her talking to Michael Jackson about Tommy, because Michael Jackson would care of Tommy. As everybody know. You see that video, right?
I've seen the videos, and I've done a video about it also, where I've shared the clips of Michael telling Reverend June Gatlin about him being scared of Tommy, and she told him to do checks on him, and you know, he checked into him and seen that he was not who he thought he was.
Yeah, he wasn't actually. So Yeah, and then when you look back now to the This Is It, that's when you realize like that person was really in Michael Jackson's life, trying to control a lot of things, you know. So that's a sad thing.
And just hearing from you,
it will make sense now when you look back.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, because when it comes to that, I was deep to those things about justice for Michael Jackson. As I said to you, at some point I was even scared of my own life. I was like, you know what, I need to slow down because this is getting to the point where it's not my business anymore. But you know, we all do it. Like every single fan around the world, we all trying to give our best to make sure MJ have justice. You know, like people like yourself and everybody, we did everything that we could, even if we didn't get everything, but at least we try and we give our best. But I don't like this guy, man.
I am so shocked though, because I had no clue exactly what was going on with, per se, the mechanics of what went on that day on March 5th. But to know that Tomei was like literally right there from the side of the curtain breathing down Michael's neck, that's probably may have been the reason why he was so nervous. Not even because of you guys, his audience. It might have been because Tomei was standing there breathing down his neck.
Yeah, because there's a lot of things happening actually in the background, you know, before Michael Jackson come. I mean, we found out after, you know, before he come to the stage. The reason why he was late as well, I think I heard, I'm not going to confirm it, I heard because he was a bit nervous, he didn't want to come there, and then they was forcing him, and then that's the reason why he was late. He was really, like, very late. Like, I'm talking 6-7 hours late.
Wow.
I was waiting for him to do it. Yeah. And when he came, it was just like for 5 minutes. I was like, damn, this guy. But it's MJ, you know, like, who cares? So,
I know.
Yeah, I think there was a picture of, I think of Tomei grabbing Michael Jackson's hand when he was coming out of the car. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah.
Yep, grabbing his hand, grabbing his arm. And I'm like, why are you grabbing on this grown man like that?
You know, to walk and everything. And that's what he was doing. He was always there in the back and then checking everything, you know. But he was one of those guys, you don't really see him. He's always in the background. So those guys are the most dangerous, you know.
Yeah, he's sneaky.
Yeah, sneaky. He was there all the time. All the picture that you see in London, you see him more than the bodyguard. He was there all the time. Because I think, when you look back now with everything happened, because he really wanted This Is It to happen. That's why he wanted the things to happen. Because there was a big deal. There was a lot of money, of course. And he was in a good position, you know, to win with all the deal that he signed. And because they wanted to force him to do those shows as well, that he didn't want to do, I believe. So
that's crazy though, for Michael.
It really is.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, because that day when Michael Jackson was talking to us, he was talking about like 10 shows, 10 shows in London. That was it. That it wasn't like more than 10 shows. That was just 10 shows. That was the date. There was nothing more than that. He didn't tell us anything, whatever. We just like, that was like mainly focused on the 10 show. Even for me, when I heard 10 show, I was kind of shocked. I was like, wow, 10 show, that's quite a lot, you know, like, yeah. When I heard 50, I was like, man, it's crazy. How are you going to do 50 shows? It didn't make any sense to me. But somehow, I feel like most of us was kind of selfish as well to agree to support the idea of having 50 shows and everything. So, yeah, now he's not here. Yeah.
Wow.
So
wow, this is a lot of information. Good information. Really wow.
Yeah, we can talk about everything. I will tell you guys what I know, and you know, we can always share.
Definitely, I appreciate.
Do you have any questions?
Well, actually, I have a few questions from some viewers that actually sent some questions into my inbox. Okay, let's go to the first one. Okay, so the first one is from Rhythm Slave for Michael. This person asks, can you dance like Michael or at least do the moonwalk, or do you do any dancing at all?
Oh man, I love dancing. I cannot dance like Michael Jackson, for the record. I don't want to smoke, as I say. I cannot dance like Michael Jackson, but I'm definitely like, I can dance. I can moonwalk. I used to dance in the street of London, like with Michael Jackson fans. It was a good time, man. We used to do like flash mob, and then it was dancing on the street. Yeah, I love dancing. I dance all the time. I dance in the gym. I always dance. I love MJ because of that. So yes, I can.
All right, and Fist of MJ asks, do you believe Michael Jackson is still alive, and was that actually him at the O2 Arena press conference?
Well, that's I had a question. That's a question I love. If it was really him, I believe I do believe it was him. First of all, because the person also Michael Jackson did. He used to follow Michael Jackson everywhere. That guy, I spoke to you guys. He showed me the video. He used to be in the same airplane with Michael Jackson.
Right.
He used to see Michael Jackson Neverland. I see him on Facebook. Yeah, this guy actually, he was there because he knew MJ was coming. And then when Michael Jackson came, he recognized him and everything. And we didn't, he didn't remove his glasses, but I don't see the reason why it wouldn't be him, because after everything that happened after This Is It, it make all sense why he was nervous, why he didn't want to, do all those shows, and why he wasn't so confident about, being on stage and everything. For me, I believe definitely was Michael Jackson. First, because of the energy, unless somebody else give this kind of energy to people, because when I was there, I never felt this energy before. It was just crazy. And then see Michael Jackson, I never see any, as I said to you from the start, I never see any human being that looks like him. He looks like, he doesn't look like, I don't know, it might sound bad, but he doesn't look like a woman or like a man, or he just looked like MJ. He just different.
Just older.
Better?
Yeah, he was just older. A lot of people tried to say that wasn't him because of, he had the shades on, he was fist and air pumping, and he just kept mimicking and the audience, because you guys shouted "This is it," he shouted "This is it" because he didn't know what to say. And I said that doesn't make any sense. That was definitely him.
What people don't understand is, when he did that air punch, right? That was a bit weird. Yeah, we say that. But what did he do on the This Is It rehearsal? What was he doing? That penguin moves. MJ never do that.
Exactly.
When you watch This Is It, right? You see that movie he's doing, right, with his hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was about a funny move. So it was like MJ never done that, but it was actually him doing that. It's just, I think he was a little bit older because he haven't been on stage for ages, and then he just did what he did. So I don't believe there was never proof that he was actually somebody else, because the same night he went out, he went to the cinema, I believe, and he was out there. He was actually the same person, and after a few months later, I think a month or something, he just changed his haircut. He have like a curl now, so he wanted to go back to the curly style that he used to have. So I do believe he was him, and for people who saw him before, they never denied it. Like, people actually never denied it, and even his cousin and people from his family, they never denied that it was him. And for people that watched the Conor Murray process as well, when Conor Murray was talking about when Michael Jackson went to London and everything, there was more evidence that it was actually him. Because Conor Murray I think he wanted to be with him in London as well during the show. So, and the second question was if I believe Michael Jackson stay alive.
No, the question was, do you believe he's still alive?
If I believe he's still alive.
Yes.
I'm not gonna. Before I used to say with confidence, you know what, MJ is dead, 100%. But like now, I believe he's dead, but I don't believe 100% that he's dead. I'm just gonna be straight. Like, it might sound crazy, but yes, I don't believe, because there is a lot of things going on around, and MJ always was all about magic, and he wanted his life to be different, And the reason why I love Michael Jackson, because everything about his life was different. So his death for me, yes. And when you see what he was saying during This Is It as well, when he's saying if that was looking more like a goodbye, he knew exactly what was happening in his life. So I don't know what happened, but I still have that doubt behind my head. I have nothing to prove, but I still have that, that behind my head. Even if I don't stand strongly on that, I don't really want to do research or anything, because I believe even if he's dead, I don't think he want to come back. I don't think he did everything that he did just to come back again. It won't make any sense.
I've said the same thing.
Trying to find him, or to, I don't, even if he done it for real, I don't think he done it to come back. And if he done it, he never come back. That's what I believe. I
agree with you on that one, Phonchrist.
So, yeah.
I don't think, even if he did actually fake his death, there's no way he would fake his death just to come back. It's not a game. It's not a game. And a lot of people mistake it as a game, like this is some sort of thing that he did just to come back. He didn't do this to do a comeback if he did actually fake his death.
Yeah.
He did it to get away.
Yes. If he did that, it's just to get away, because there was a lot of pressure in his life. When you think about this is it, 10th show, and he went straight to 50. And when we think about the pressure that you have with money, you wanted to take Neverland away from him, because he really wanted to keep Neverland, because Neverland was everything for him. Even if he was living there, he really wanted to have it. The Beatles catalog as well, the Sony one, he wanted to keep it as well.
Yeah.
And he come to the point, he didn't ever have no money with them. It's not like it was broke, but like they actually kind of locked everything. He was like a slave, so I think he was trying to find a way to escape, But I don't know if maybe he haven't done it, but if he done it, it's gonna make more sense. He make more sense if he done it, actually. But he's not gonna do that to come back. It won't make any sense. That's all.
No.
I agree with you.
And I have a lot of discussion with friends and everything. Sometimes we just gotta think back and I don't really talk openly about it, because it's like a very sensitive subject, because of all the crazy good thing I've done for MJ Legacy with other fans, of course. And my name was all there, like being against everything. And sometimes I feel like talking about it, I need to have strong evidence. It's something I only talk about it with a few fans. Like, this is actually the first time for me to really say openly.
And how does it feel? Does it feel good?
Like, look at her, man. She's like, yes, he's a believer.
No, I don't mean it like that. I mean, you're finally getting your stuff out that you've been bottling up for all these years. I mean, that's a relief.
Yes, I think but the thing is, it's a good thing, but it's a crazy thing as well, because maybe you might think I think I'm crazy.
No. We understand you completely. Believe it.
Yeah. Well, because you're the same anyway, that's why. Like, you understand me? So I mean, I think it's like, I kind of feel good at the same time, because I kind of feel good as well, because people spend a lot of time. But the funny thing about it, when you see Tupac, you see Elvis, Presley, all these big guys, people always think like they fake the death and everything. But MJ, there was too much. The story was just bizarre. Too much, weird things around his death, And somehow I feel like there was something that happened, But I don't know if it's true. But if it happens, I won't be surprised. And I still have that in my mind, like, this guy maybe did it, but he's not gonna come back. Definitely not.
All right. Yeah. Now, there's another question for you.
If he's alive, maybe people have been trying to make him come back. I told you guys, man, this is it.
That's it.
Yeah, leave me alone.
There's another question for you, Phonchrist. Paradise Prince wants to ask, what drew you to becoming a fan of Michael's music? Michael besides the music, excuse me.
Okay, besides the music. Yeah, that's going to be a simple one. The reason why I love Michael Jackson is because it's unique. That's the first reason why. Because I love when somebody's unique. It's like he actually represents the best, everything that is just like extra. Mm-hmm. Everything. That's the reason why I'm so fascinated by Michael Jackson. I love like him as Michael Jackson. I love the fact He's the best dancer, singer. He dance good. He sing, and then the fact he have Neverland. I sound crazy maybe, but this is the truth. There's people like us. All the crazy thing about Michael Jackson, right? That's what makes me love him. The fact he's being just him, like, the way he dress, he don't dress like everybody, the way he sound, he don't sound like everybody, and his relationship with, like, like everything about his life. That's why I'm so, even surgery, I'll keep it real, just like, I remember when I was younger, I was like, man, I need to have that note, the same nose as Michael Jackson. It's not because I didn't like my nose. I remember I used to put things in my nose just to have that, fake. I didn't want to have, like, black. It's not like I want to have a black white people nose. It's like I just wanted to have a fake nose.
Right.
Because that's how crazy it sound like. Because MJ had it. And I'll tell you another thing. Michael Jackson used to wear a watch in your right hands. And even till now, I always wear my watch in the right hand as well. And he just, all these crazy things. Even today, I didn't grow up with my father, right? But I have a kid today, and my son. The relationship I have with my kids, I actually got it from Michael Jackson. Like I always say to my kids, I love you. All this really soft side, I got it from Michael Jackson. Actually, I wrote something before. He's like, Michael Jackson actually showed me how to actually show me love. He showed me how to share with the world. So the way I actually, my relationship with my kids, actually, I got it from Michael Jackson. So everything extra about his life, that's what makes me actually, love him actually. Fact. It's beyond the music. The music is just like a little part of it, So it's just him being Michael Jackson.
That's amazing.
Good answer.
That's a good answer. That's amazing.
All the crazy things that the media say this guy is weird, but trust me, if he was just a normal guy, I would not gonna like him just because he's sing good and he dance good. No, it's because of all those crazy things. His life was just so bizarre, but it was magical at the same time. That's the reason why today we talk about him so much, because we feel like we know so much about him, but we don't know anything about him at the same time. And that's what makes us ask all those questions: if he's still alive, if he's dead, if he's did this, if he have a girlfriend, if whatever happened. We know, but we don't know at the same time. That's what makes him so unique.
Casey,
any other question?
Yeah, Casey Joel asks, there has been a lot of negative controversy surrounding MJ. How did you as an MJ fan help protect his legacy, especially after Lying Neverland? Lying Neverland, I like that.
Lying Neverland, say that word. Well, I mean, being a Michael Jackson fan, as you guys, we already know, like, all those things, like people accusing him, whatever happened. I think this is like living Lying Neverland was the big one, because it was the time when Michael Jackson already passed away, and then we're trying to fix his legacy now. People start respecting him more, and with all the show he was having, and and when the news come out, man, and especially because we live in the Me Too era, where they have to mute everything. That was the part that hurt me the most, because I don't care about the media. The media always been saying bad things about Michael Jackson. When you come to the point where you have to stop people listening to Michael Jackson, you have to ban Michael Jackson, that hurts,
It does.
I think you guys feel the same. That kind of hurt when Michael Jackson is seen as, like an evil guy. You become a pedophile, I don't care. As long as you still play Billie Jean in the store, I'm good,
Right.
When they start playing Michael Jackson, it's different. So my approach to that, I was more like, what I was trying to do, just to try to spread the good news about Michael Jackson, whatever I was. Like, when I see people where I was working, because I work in airport retail, when that things was happening, I was playing a Michael Jackson at the airports loud. When there was Michael Jackson music, like in America and everywhere, I was playing Michael Jackson. I wanted just people to know, like, whatever happened, we still love Michael Jackson, and we're not gonna give up him. Whatever you guys think, we don't gonna arcade Michael Jackson or whatever you guys want to do. That's all my goal. And I was even wearing Michael Jackson t-shirt during that moment. When I go out in town, I wanted just people to see, like, the guy is back, And there's a lot of fans around the world, like you guys and me, did the same thing. That's the reason why today they fail, you know. That's why today Michael Jackson music is kind of back now. People still enjoying his music because of us, all of us. So yeah, that's the only thing that hurts me actually. It was more. I didn't watch the Living Neverland, by the way.
You did?
Because no, I started, but it was just so raw, so nasty, and then I felt like, man, I know it wasn't true, but like just listening to those things, I didn't want to have those pictures in my mind. But Michael Jackson doing those things to kids, even if it's not true, but the fact somebody's actually just crying with so much details, I was like, man, I'm not gonna watch this. It's not need to watch it. I'm not gonna watch it. I know this guy is lying anyway, so
yeah.
Have you guys watched it?
I did watch it. And
I did watch it. Yeah.
I had to watch it just so I can critique it and go in, because I did. I made sure that when I seen that, like when I had seen that documentary, it pissed me off from front to back, from minute to end, from the beginning to the end. Yeah. And I did a whole series about how messed up it was, called "Let the Truth Be Told." And you can hear that I was pissed off in those videos.
I mean, I don't blame you, because I think you have to watch it, and then so you know how to respond to people. But and then I remember we used to organize things like Twitter, like, you know, a day where we have to play Michael Jackson. I used to do the history album. I wanted people to play every day. You know, everybody tried their best, you know, to keep Michael Jackson music like back in the chart. But yeah, man, it was a really tough time. And then, I think now I can say we actually kind of behind it. Even people now, they don't really believe that thing really happened. You know, Wayne actually looks more like a liar now. So.
And that's exactly why they're quiet, because they can't come up with no more lies. They don't have Dan Reed's hands up their asses puppeteering them anymore. So what are they left with?
So many nasty things they've been saying. What did you say?
Now I said, what are they left with now that they don't have Dan Reed's hand up their asses puppeteering them anymore?
Yes, that's the thing. Yeah, it's crazy. They have nothing else. Like they're gonna just find something else, but it's just disgusting, man. Hey, Marty, are you there?
I am here. I'm here.
What? You got any questions?
Well, it's Daryl who got the viewers' questions, and I'll probably have some questions after.
There's one more, but he's already answered this one, but I'll read it again anyway, just to appease this fan.
That's why I'm not trying to talk too much. I talk too much. That's why I'm not trying to talk too much, because if I talk a lot, I'm going to answer the question about you guys.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I really appreciate you taking us back to, you know,
Hello?
Yeah,
to the scenery. It's really, really.
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah.
All right. But yeah, like, you're definitely taking us back to 2009, a time that we didn't get to experience. So we're here for it. Trust me. But this.
Yeah, the vibe was good in London. The vibe was good. There was a lot of. You guys remember the time when, because you guys were in the US, but when the ticket come out, oh my God, people was queuing everywhere. Like, it was amazing.
I only got to see what the tickets look like, but I've never even attempted, because I said I can't even afford to go to London. It's like, oh man, that's an expensive trip.
I think that was the selfish part about it, because I was like, why are you doing 50 show in London? Like, and I get it, because London is like, it's more like central in Europe. So people come from everywhere. And that's the reason why, because America it's hard for people to, America is big. For people to go to America, it's kind of hard. In Europe, they have so many countries, you know. And maybe Michael Jackson wasn't too confident about American fans as well, because America,
they did him
people
dirty.
People love him, but the majority of people kind of let him down as well.
They did him so dirty here to the point that I am not even surprised that he actually decided to not do any concerts here for his final set of concerts.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have wanted to be here either if they did me the way they did him.
Yeah. That was one of the reasons why. So I think that's why he chose actually to go to London, you know. And like in Europe, like people come from everywhere, from France, from Spain, and everything. Right. I had a ticket of This Is It, because I received it, But I was so upset during his death. I was like hardcore against all these things. I was protesting. I was like, I'm not gonna get a ticket. You get, that's that ticket. You get the money from his blood. I'm gonna actually send it back. I'm like, I want my money back. That's how mad I was.
You sent it back?
Because they tell us you have two options. Yeah, I send it back. They give me the money back because they say you have two options. You want to keep the ticket, or you wanna keep the ticket as a souvenir, or you want your money back. I was like, I want my money back. You got to kill Michael Jackson.
Oh, wow.
That time I was crazy. Like, I was crazy.
I could understand you being pissed off about, you just spent money on tickets. I know you love MJ, but it's like, wait, after all that he actually just experienced, and you know what he experienced from, of course, Sony, you know what he experienced from AEG, you know also what he experienced from Tome, and then to know that you still are going to be holding on to those tickets, it probably pissed you off. It's like, you know what, I don't even want them anymore, because it's like, now his blood is on these tickets.
Yeah, I was so against, and then the thing is, I took it so personal. I took it so personal to the point where I even went to Jermaine to talk to him. Like when Jermaine made his book, I think it was "You Are Not Alone" or something like that. Or no, I don't think the book. It was "You Are Not Alone," right? The book, Jermaine Jackson book. Yeah, something like that. He made a book. He was going to talk about everything, and I wrote him a tweet. I'm like, "What about Tommy, man? He blocked me." Like, crazy.
Wow.
I was so crazy. I'm so weird. I'm like, yeah, you introduce this guy to your brother, he destroyed his life and everything, and you don't even go after him. And then, I was so upset, man. But yeah, I think he walked away, right? Tommy.
We don't even know where he is. We don't hear nothing from him, about him, except the one time he tried to sue the estate maybe a year or two ago, I believe.
Yes.
Other than that,
MJ was scared of him. MJ was really scared of him. I think the person that introduced him in Michael Jackson's life was Jermaine Jackson. So, yeah. I don't know why he got this guy, but that's just an Insta story, man. We're not going to a conspiracy. Yeah. So, what next?
You have one more fan question. Even though you've answered this already, I can still ask again just to appease this fan, but it's an anonymous question. They asked, how long was MJ actually at the O2 Arena? Seemed pretty short. What happened after he had left?
Yeah, okay. I think he spent about 5 minutes. Like, I doubt 10 minutes is too much. I think it was about 5 minutes. It was very, very short. 5 up to 8 to 10 minutes max. It wasn't longer than that. And as soon as he finished talking, just went back. That's it. And then at the back, what happened is they were playing his music, and the fans, we were like hugging each other. I have a little bit of that footage as well. It was like hugging each other, and it was just like everybody was surprised. We didn't know what happened, and people were just saying, people on the floor crying. There was a lot of people crying. Actually, I remember that. There was a lot of people on the floor just crying. There was one girl that took her away because I think she passed out. It was just one person that actually passed out. One guy was crying. And yeah, that's what happened. And then we were just talking about it. It was just crazy. The vibe was good, man. The vibe was good. Being in a room where they play Michael Jackson music, and then him being there as well, it was crazy. And then the only thing we had in mind was just, when is the ticket gonna go online? And even to get those tickets, man, I don't know. To get those tickets, how hard it was? I don't know if you heard about it. Get a ticket. When they launched the ticket online, I think it took me 4 hours to buy it.
Oh, wow.
I have to log in my computer, and I have to log in his computer as well. At the same time, I was in college. We have to refresh because the internet, broke down. After, I think in 10 minutes, everything was sold out. That's the reason why they decided to add more show, because they know like the demand was like people really wanted to go, and then they only saw the money. So they went from 10 show to 30 show, I believe, and then they moved to 50.
Wow, so it just kept increasing.
Yeah, and once they went to 50, it was sold out as well. It was sold out.
Wow.
And that time, I was like, man, this guy's on the show. This is like, it's crazy. So, I mean, all of us, we gotta blame ourselves for that because we didn't see that. When he say he gotta do 50 shows, it was more like, yes, he's gonna do that. But yeah, I bet it was more like, oh my God, those guys think I'm not, a human being. How am I gonna do 50 shows? Especially when you see like sold out. I don't know how he felt about it. Yeah, I think he felt a lot of pressure because Michael Jackson was like, he wanted to be perfect in everything that he was doing. Maybe that's the reason why, even if he didn't want to do the show, he didn't want to actually disappoint the people. He wanted to make sure like he gave what people was expecting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And the sad thing happened.
This actually was a lot of definitely good information about like that particular day. I didn't know any of this stuff. And this is why we were so excited to talk to you, because you actually gave a lot of insight to things that we didn't know.
Yeah. There's things that man. It was, MJ, he was happy to come back. I mean, to do the show, of course, to see his fans, everything. But he wasn't like so confident and everything. Like, he was very reserved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you seen the This Is It movie?
Yes, oh my God! But it took me time to see the movie because why? Because I was crazy against it. I was like, man, you guys using my man? He's dead, and now you wanna use all this movie to make money?
Uh-huh.
It took me time to watch it, but yeah, it was very hard to watch This Is It movie because for me, This Is It movie is like watching somebody dying. For me, that's how it looks like. We was actually watching Michael Jackson actually going.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because in the movie, like, come on, man. Like, it was just like, he wasn't really himself. He looked skinny. He lost a lot of weight. And he lost a lot of weight. They do a lot of things in the movie as well. In the movie, because some of the songs that they put during the movie, they took it from the 80s. One of the real soul when he was doing it. They just actually mix up the song trying to make everything sound good and looks good because there was a lot of fake things around the sound as well.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I heard. But yeah, he wasn't looking healthy. That was my first concern. I was more upset why fans were so excited about the movie and watching the guys actually, the people that killed. I mean, sorry, I don't know if the people actually that destroy his life. Now they want to use his death to make money because This Is It. They made like a DVD and they put in like in the cinema. They made a lot of money about it.
Yeah,
they did.
As Joe was saying, he was worth dead than alive. So that's what they did. They didn't want him to be alive anymore. I mean, they didn't need him to be alive to make that money because now at least all the money gonna go straight to them. They don't have to. They have everything controlled. Like yeah. So that's what I felt. I was really against the movie. It took me time to watch it. But now when I watch it, I can't. It's fine.
But do you really have the feeling that you watched a movie, or does it feel to you like you're watching the actual rehearsals that happened before he actually quote unquote left or vanished or whatever?
Yeah, for me, I don't. When I watch, I don't feel like I'm watching the rehearsal. Like, because if you watch Dangerous rehearsal, you're gonna see like this is a rehearsal. Michael Jackson Dangerous. He was happy, he was excited, he was doing his thing.
Mm-hmm.
When you watch This Is It,
it's bad.
The movie is so bad.
Yeah.
Why did they think they put the movie? Because he couldn't handle to do a lot of things. There was a lot of things that he didn't want to show people. That's why they have to add and cut because he wasn't all there. Like he was very fragile. He was he wasn't good. He lost a lot of weight. They was forcing him to dance certain moves he couldn't even do it, and and then his face, like if you see his face, the way it looks, he looks so different. And for me, when I watch, I just feel bad, man.
I can understand.
His understand that. Whatever we have about him, we like it, whatever good or bad, because it's MJ,
Yeah.
Yeah. What did you say before that?
I didn't say anything. Did you say it, Daryl?
No, I said I understand all of that because that's actually a lot. I mean,
too.
When I first saw the This Is It movie, I'm not gonna deny it. I actually went the very first day that it came out. I was one of the fans that shouldn't have actually went, but I said I have to see this this movie, because if I don't, I'm not a real fan. But then I didn't consider at the time how wrong it was, because he actually lost who he was in the process of that concert rehearsal. Like, he lost who he was, and it honestly, it just hurts when you think about it, and to know what he endured to actually get to that point to do the concert, all the verbal abuse, apparently physical abuse, because I'm sorry, for Tomei to be grabbing and slinging on him like he was, that's physical abuse.
He was doing everything. You know, he was very, very, very bad to him. Very bad to him. And I mean, I understand what you're saying, because at that time, I understand your feeling as well. MJ passed away. You wanted to feel something. The fact you wasn't in the O2, you wanted to share something as well. That's why you wanted. At that time, I remember there was a fight between fans. Some fan would say, like, if you're a real Michael Jackson fan, you have to support the movie. Some fan, they were saying, if you're a real Michael Jackson fan, you cannot support the movie. I think all of us was right. Whatever we were doing that because we loved the artist. It's MJ because people were saying it's Michael Jackson, like, videos, music, we need to buy it, so people gonna know, like, people still love him, and he's out there. Same fan was like, we have to boycott, and people were saying, if you boycott, I mean, Michael Jackson, people gonna say he ain't shit anymore. So it was very, like, 50-50. And then when I look back now, I understand. I don't judge people for being there or for not being there. I feel like all of us, we actually did whatever we do for love. We did because we actually care about the person. For me, because I was more into, like, all these people protesting against everything. The group, this is not it, right?
I've heard of it, yes.
Yeah, this is not it, yeah. I was like, I was one of the, the guy that represent the group in London. Now, I used to work with Taj Malik. I don't know if you know that name.
I've heard the name, yeah.
She was, that time, she was, at that moment was, oh my gosh, she was hardcore. Like, we used to do things a lot in London, protesting. So, and then myself, even if that time I kind of wanted to go to what this is it, but the thing is, the fact that I was so exposed to all these protests and everything, I couldn't allow myself to go there. Otherwise, people was a bit like, "Why are you doing that?" and everything. So, yeah, it's very sad. It's a sad movie.
It really is.
I was more mad because we didn't have justice. We have justice before they do the movie, so they choose to do the movie first, and they go after Colin Murray. So that was kind of unfair. The fact you have his family there as well, and I believe his family are being used anyway. Like Catherine Jackson, the kids, they only use them so for the public to actually support it. I don't think she really was there because she wanted to support the movie. That's the reason why Joe Jackson wasn't behind it. Anything else?
Oh my God, I get quiet every time you speak because it's
because it's just so interesting listening to him talk.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I love Joe Jackson, because Joey was like, I mean, if there's one Jackson, I really wish I'm glad I actually spoke to him once, but if I really wish I actually saw it was Joe Jackson. Even if he was bad as people think, but he was still like, he was never going to do anything to, even if he wanted his kids, his son money or whatever people say, I think he was never going to put his son to the point of letting him die or doing something actually to make him lose his life or anything. He was never going to do that. That's the reason why when they actually have Michael Jackson unlocked during, time, they didn't want Joe Jackson to be around. You guys know that, right?
Yeah.
I've heard.
Yeah, they didn't let him actually come see his son and everything. So he used to say that himself, because it's very sad.
It is very sad.
I'm not gonna make you guys sad, so sorry.
It's all good.
No, it's okay.
Well,
what did you say?
I said it's all good.
It's okay.
But yeah, well, first I do want to ask, would you be down to do a part 2 of this interview?
Oh yeah, definitely. If you guys want to talk about anything else, part 2, I'm down for it.
I definitely will be down for a part 2. But before we before we wrap up the podcast, I actually want to play a little game. If you're down to play a game.
All right.
All right.
Yeah, I don't feel weird. Yeah,
all right. Well, first off, what's your favorite type of food?
My type of food?
Your favorite type of food?
Wow, my type of food, I want everything like, well, I love chicken, man. I know I'm black, but it's what it is. I just, yeah.
If you can visit any type of place, what place would you visit?
Yeah. New York.
Neverland.
Neverland. I don't want to go to Neverland no more, right? They kill Neverland. I mean, are you talking about MJ Fan or me as a human being?
Just you as a human being. We're like...
Oh, yeah, New York. Definitely. I love New York, man. Yeah. Oh, she said Neverland. I can say it out.
It has a lot of closets. Remember that. Maybe it's somewhere.
Have you been to Neverland, right?
Never.
Have you guys been to Neverland?
No, never.
How come? You've never been there.
Have you been to Neverland?
Where you guys are from? Like?
Never. I'm from New York.
Where are you from, like?
And I'm from Spain.
Oh, really? You're from Spain?
Yes.
Okay. I mean, you're from New York. Neverland is, I don't know. It's not that far, man.
A couple of states away.
You never been to Neverland? Yeah.
Well,
how come you never been to... You're American people. You guys don't like traveling around.
No, I like to travel. But you want to know what it is? It's just so expensive living here in New York that I don't have time to actually travel. I spend more money on rent. It's horrible.
I get it.
Yeah,
because I think the problem is when us in Europe, when you say, okay, I live like New York, I want to go to like LA or something like that. In people that live in Europe, like she live in Spain, right?
Yeah.
For her, it's like when you talk about going to another city, for us, I bet even in Spain, when you go to another city, it's not such a big deal.
No.
But for you guys, the fact America is like there's a lot of states, so it's like going to another country. It's like a country inside of the country. That's the reason why I understand going to another state is like, it's a big travel. It's not like a small thing. It's like me, if I go to London, it's nothing. It's just around the corner or whatever. So I get it.
But did you ever go to Neverland, like to the gates or something?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm not really having. I mean, I love Neverland.
Mm-hmm.
I'm more Michael Jackson. That's the thing about me. It's more Michael Jackson more than anything. I just want Michael Jackson. I don't want anything else, just MJ.
Right.
So yeah, it's very. The only place I would like to go is go to the house, Gary, Indiana, when they grew up. The house. That's
where it all started. Yeah, I get that.
2300 Jackson Street.
That's when. Yes, that's the place. I wish I could go there one day, So yeah, Neverland is. Yeah, I think it's a great place to go. There's a lot of things that happen there, and the thing is not. It doesn't look like it used to before they took everything out. Yeah, I've seen a few things that Michael Jackson have in Neverland because they have like a big, what do you call it, expo, in London.
Yeah.
Right.
A lot.
All right. So, what's your favorite MJ song?
Did you hear that? You went like, oh my God, really?
I have to know this. The fans want to know. What's your favorite MJ song?
I would say, "Don't Stop Till You Get Enough."
Hey, there you go.
Yeah.
Ah.
Listen, man, it's that, but every time you hear Michael Jackson song, it's like, that's my favorite song, man. And every time you hear the next one, you're gonna say it. You're like, I'm saying that, but just like, it's not easy, man. If it was like a favorite album, I understand, but like, song is very hard.
Okay, so album. What's your favorite album then?
My favorite album. That's gonna be unique, but I think like Michael Jackson. My favorite album, you'd be surprised, is actually Invincible.
The what?
Invincible.
Invincible. That is a good
Invincible.
one.
Okay, nice.
Yeah. You know why? Because I feel like he's the only album like Michael Jackson is very. He's very close to his fans. I don't know how to describe it. Like when you listen to the Invincible album, it's like he's very unique. He's not really like MJ trying to be MJ. He's very. It's just his album for the fans. Actually, that's how I feel. That's why he's not so popular.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I like Thriller as well. Thrillers.
Oh, Thriller. Oh man, that's my ultimate fave.
Yeah, saying that Invincible is more like to listen to, but my all time I would say Dangerous. I love Dangerous.
Dangerous is another
Nice.
good one.
Dangerous.
Oh my God. Dangerous.
Very good.
Ooh. Yeah, the Dangerous is just too much. What is your favorite album?
For
Thriller.
me?
Yeah. It's Thriller. What about you? What's your favorite?
Mine, I have a few. I have Dangerous, I have Bad, and I have Thriller, of course. Off the Wall is off the wall, you know? So I have a few.
Okay. Oh, that's good. What is your favorite era?
My era, oh my God. Do you really want to ask me that? You sure?
And that was going to be my next question for him.
My favorite era of Michael Jackson is that he's just too populicious. I'm sorry, but he's too hot there. And he's like, really, really energetic. And, that's how I like to see him. Full of energy, happy, dancing, sweating, everything. The fire in his eyes.
Said Poppylicious?
Populicious, yeah.
Oh, man.
You got one as well?
Oh, man. Let me see.
All right.
My favorite MJ era,
Yeah.
it's always going to end up reverting back to Thriller. I don't know what it is. It's like that's like my favorite era. That was the first era that I was introduced to by my grandfather growing up. So it's like that one always resonates with me because I wouldn't have known MJ without Thriller. And then I ended up going back, being younger, through all my grandfather's albums and discovering Off the Wall and everything else. I was like,
I wish I lived that time. I wish I was actually like 20 that time, through the era, man. That Michael Jackson was Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's your favorite era?
So, it's gonna be the same. Like Thriller, Bad. That's my favorite era. When Michael Jackson have all this energy, yo, the curl and everything. That curl coming in the front.
I tried to imitate the curl.
I don't know Mike Gas. That's how you call it, right? That's story of life. People are great.
I tried to imitate that curl. Couldn't quite pull it off.
Try. I lost my head. Really, you try.
Oh man.
What's your favorite outfit?
Huh?
What is your favorite outfit? MJ outfit.
Oh God.
Hell yeah, Bad.
You go, Daryl.
Bad.
When it comes to music video, Bad. Really?
Yeah,
the Bad one.
Bad was just like everything that I actually tried to imitate.
Yes, Bad was so.
Oh man.
I think my best music video, it have to be Smooth Criminal. Scream Criminal, like made.
That is definitely a classic though, Smooth Criminal. But all around though, I love all of MJ, but it's kind of hard to pick. I don't know sometimes though.
Yeah, it was very hard because it was so perfect to every single work that he was doing. So it's very, very hard for people to pick. It's like most of the artists you have to say like, okay, like 50, you have maybe like 2 or 3 albums that is good. But MJ, you have like, come on, man, you have like Dangerous, you have Bad, you got Thriller, you have History, you have so many.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Oh,
so,
man.
You got one more left, right, for your game?
Oh, we just answered up our last questions, actually.
So I talked to him. Okay, so I'm happy. At least I'm talking to MJ fans. So the good thing is we can relate, and then we all feel the same.
Yeah.
Definitely agree.
Answer all your questions. If you guys have anything, I always, I'm ready to break it down for you. You guys want.
Well, we do appreciate you coming onto the podcast today and dedicating your time to sharing your story from the O2 Arena.
Yeah.
That definitely was a powerful story. And to know all of the information you shared is just like, wow, I'm still shocked. But we definitely have to have you come back and talk more about it.
Yeah, sure. I'm here, man. Anytime.
We're
going to talk about politics. We're going to talk about death and everything. Yeah. Are you guys going to do a podcast about Believer as well?
We should, actually. We should.
Yeah. Well, that's going to be cool.
Is there anyone that you want to shout out? Any business, anything that you're doing that you want to shout out, Phonchrist?
Well, what I want to shout out is, I just want to say I have a new podcast right now. So the podcast name is Better Yourself Podcast. It's actually on Spotify, Apple Music and everywhere. So if you guys want to catch me there, it's going to be great. I might do some content about Michael Jackson as well. I wanted to talk about a few things. But funny thing is, I really wanted to talk about it over to Arena, but I already talked about it here. So I'm very pleased. So if you guys want to check me out there, or just type my name on Google, you're going to talk to me on it. So.
Nice.
We'll definitely be on the lookout for your Spotify podcast. So guys, if you guys hear what he's saying, make sure you go to Spotify and check out his podcast.
Yeah, I might invite you guys as well. So you guys gonna be the guests now. So I'm gonna put you on the
Oh wow!
Oh, you know what? Oh, talk about behavior. My podcast is gonna be about it. So you two gonna be my guests.
I would definitely love to be a guest on your podcast. I'm for it.
Yeah, sure. So trust me, I will do it very, very, very soon. So yeah.
Look forward to it.
So thank you for today. I appreciate it.
Thank you for joining us tonight.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Stay safe with the coronavirus, man.
Exactly.
Definitely.
Yeah. It's strange. I've been coughing today, but since I talked to you guys, I'm actually having cough every. I think I only coughed one time. I'm quite surprised. So it's good. Yeah, I was very worried about doing this year. I was like, man, how am I gonna do that? I'm gonna start coughing all the time.
Well, you're good to go.
That's okay though. I mean, we're human. We get colds, we get coughing, we get, bad hair days. We're just humans, so it doesn't matter. It's all good.
Exactly.
I didn't want to work too much work in the headache. Like, man, this guy cough here, I have to cut this part out this. Thank you. I really appreciate it, man. Thank you for reaching out to me. Thank you for everything. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
The first time, I've been asked directly that. I really appreciate that. I think a lot of people should come out and talk about their experience, because I think there's a lot of fans like you guys never had a chance to, maybe be around Michael Jackson or anything, So I think a lot of things that happened 10 years ago, I think we need to bring it back and talk about it. Things like, the O2 Arena, Michael Jackson death, faking his death and all these things, I think it's time for us to talk about it. And, because after 10 years, there's a lot of knowledge. There's a lot of things that we learned. I think it's time to put it together and just to let it out.
Amen.
Amen to that.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah. Thank you.
But thank you again for joining us on our podcast. Guys, this is the end of this podcast. This was episode 5 of the Moonwalkers Chat podcast with Dove Angel D and Just Mr. P. We thank Phonchrist for joining us tonight. Much love to him for giving us this amazing story. And we definitely look forward to a part 2. I can't wait.
Yeah, definitely. I'm here anytime. I really appreciate it, man. You guys have a good energy. Thank you for today.
Thank you. And we'll definitely be in contact again.
Yeah, for real. I'll send you the Facebook page that I have,
Oh, yeah, sure.
Of course.
It's good.
Feel free.
I'll put your stuff there as well to make sure people, follow your podcast and everything that you guys do.
All right.
We'll do the same.
Thank you.
Thank you, Phonchrist.
Yeah. All right. Thank you.
All right. Have a good night. Thanks, everybody, for tuning into our podcast. Please continue to like, subscribe, and share our podcast, as more is coming from us very soon. Much love, everybody, and take care.